It's time to shift your framework, because the one that you've been living inside of, fixing, healing, changing, improving, becoming enlightened, doing things in order to experience your natural state of being, is fundamentally flawed, doesn't work, and has never worked. So when you have a framework that is incomplete, inconsistent, and hasn't produced any results, you have to throw it out. And you have to have the courage to begin to explore, okay, well, what does work? Wait a minute. Accepting and loving myself seems to work. Accepting and loving myself seems to work. Accepting and loving myself. Well, why is it working? Well, because I've been led to believe falsely that my humanity is a problem, that my humanity is an issue, that there's something wrong with me, that I shouldn't be feeling certain feelings, I shouldn't be having certain experiences, that I'm in some way flawed. And that just simply isn't the truth. So as you move into the acceptance of your humanity, you begin to tap into a greater potential. And that greater potential is the same greater potential that every incredible being since the beginning of time tapped into. They stopped wasting their lives trying to be different, and they finally embraced being themselves. And then, at that point, relationship becomes easy. Either love me for who I am and who I'm not, or leave. That's it. Why? Because you love you for who you are and who you're not. You like you. So then it doesn't matter whether another person in the world likes you or not. You become your own spiritual authority, your own guru, your own place of validation. Write yourself your own permission slip to be great. Grant yourself the gift of enlightenment. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to claim it. But in order to claim it, you have to recognize your value. The value that has been fundamentally eroded away from the moment you were born. Because everyone in your life needed you to play a role, become somebody, be somebody, do something in the world. Every single person in your life expected something from you that you were incapable of delivering. Why? Because you can only ever be you. And instead of following the wisdom of your own divine heart and doing what you love doing, all of a sudden you became some other person's aspect, some other person's role, some other person's fulfillment. And it doesn't work. We are unique for a reason. Every single one of us is unique for a reason. And at some point you have to embrace the uniqueness, and then you uncover the reason. And that reason is to express love, light, and potential in this world in the way that only you can. The ego tries to make everything in its image. The ego tries to make everything and everyone in its image. The soul does not. The soul loves and accepts everyone and everything as it is. This is the difference. So people have delivered success strategies, teachings, all of these things because it worked for them. They're assuming that just because it worked for them, it's going to work for you. But at no point did they take into consideration that you are unique, that you are on your own journey, that you are an individual. So how about we begin to work with who we are, how we are, and begin to empower ourselves? Because until that starts to happen, you're lost. You're lost. Until that happens, then in your mind, it's the next relationship, it's the next job, it's the next paycheck, it's the next investment opportunity. And you just keep putting it out into the future, putting out into the future, and putting out into the future. And lo and behold, you keep expecting people to give it to you, and they can't, because they don't have it to give to you, because they don't know who they are. So how can they give it to you? They don't love themselves. How can they love you? And so then we end up right back at the beginning again. You and yourself. And the question is, are you going to continue to invalidate yourself for being unique? Or are you going to finally relax into the power and the potential that awaits you on the other side of it?